Hey everyone, I'll be covering all of the Nintendo Switch's game announcements for the third week of December, so let's get started. Bandai Namco is finally releasing Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 April 23rd. On Switch, this entry will include the Storm 4 base game, the 3 downloadable content packs for the Season Pass, the new Road to Boruto story expansion, as well as brand new fighters and outfits for previously unplayable characters. Bravely Default 2 is the successor to the original Bravely Default, and unlike that game's sequel, Bravely Second, this entry features a brand new world, a new story, and all new heroes of light that must claim the crystals to stop the ever-encroaching dark menacing forces. Set in the unforgiving waters of the Gulf Coast, fight to survive in the open ocean with dangers lurking at every depth. Keep your wits and jaws at the ready, as anything and everything is on the menu, including you in Maneater, releasing on Switch next year. An ESRB rating for Journey to the Savage Planet has been spotted, as well as several store listings for this first-person shooter where you'll be hunting down creatures in an alien foreign world that's set to release in 2020. Explore lots of bird-sized parks with simple controls familiar to any pro skating Tiny Hawk. Find fancy clothing, secret mixtapes, and burbs that need your help in Skatebird, scheduled to release in late 2020. The first-person story-driven adventure puzzler set in a beautiful haunting cyber world, so Axiom Rebooted, has you collecting unique powers to discover this immersive world's narrative. Voyage haunting locales, face challenges, and experience dozens of endings based on your playthrough. Set in the aftermath of an unthinkable tragedy, Infliction Extended Cut lets you play as Gary Pout, as he's attempting to piece together a mystery that will lead him to explore a contorted version of his family's residence. The Switch release will include new endings, a new Game Plus option, and tons of quality of life changes. Sidebar Games confirmed that Sports Story is heading to the Switch in 2020. Unlike the first game, this one focuses more on the variety of sports, using elements from each one of them to solve puzzles, dungeon crawl, and play minigames with. Batman Shadows Edition is a bundling of both seasons of the popular Telltale Batman series, plus the DLC into one package with a brand new noir-style visual makeover and graphical updates to go along with it. Featuring over 120 immersive puzzles, the title's Principal Deluxe Edition is a game about solving ancient puzzles in a strange new environment to answer some complex questions like who you are and what's your purpose in this mysterious yet perplexing world. 3000th Duel is an obscure exploration-focused side-scrolling action RPG specifically tailored to Metroidvania fans who love gritty and dark storytelling. Learn about your past through combat, explore over 300 interconnected biomes, and tackle unrelenting bosses. A sequel to the now renowned Axiom Verge is in the works. Very little is actually known about this Metroid-like side-scrolling platformer, other than it is invoking a bit of a different visual look than the original. New characters, abilities, and experiences are for sure to be introduced. Another week, another Warhammer game confirmed for Switch. This time is Warhammer Quest 2: The End Times, where you lead your warriors across a war-torn land into dungeons for wealth and glory. Explore 3 regions in a multi-part campaign chock full of loot and enemies to take down. Spike Chunsoft shadow dropped 2 games on the eShop with little to no promotion. First, Steingate Zero is an alternate world line of the original game and something of a what-if scenario that adds artificial intelligence as a central hook. The second shadow drop was Steins Gate My Darling Embrace, a romantic slapstick comedy visual novel that also represents a bit of a what-if scenario from the original game, but focusing more on the interactions between Rentaro and the characters of the Steins Gate series. Your newfound home is alive. Changes during your exploration happen gradually throughout its day and night cycles. Meet the local inhabitants, animals, and fauna, all in a procedurally generated wilderness that can be menacing or welcoming to you in the Survivalist. Lead Eliza, a guild leader who must save her city from a monster invasion in Grand Guild. This is a turn-based strategic game with a card combat system and deck building mechanics. Take on quests, meet tons of interesting characters, and push back against the invasion. Shibito Magere is currently being crowdfunded through Campfire, a platform only available to Japanese residents. This psychological horror game is the 3rd entry in the Spirit Hunter franchise that we're hoping also gets a Western release. Work as a team in local co-op with up to 4 players to save the world, and bake and switch. Bakers must combine the dough to win, but not before they get rid of the spores that are attempting to sully the innocent buns and turn them bad. The 2D action game Gleamlight is an immersive adventure that has you traversing its beautiful transient glass-stained world without a UI. Discover what happened before your arrival and piece together the story through action combat. Sail Forth is a procedural sailing adventure about classic naval action and exploring beautiful scenery. Embark on a journey through varied environments, grow your fleet, and do battle with pirates, sea monsters, and the sea itself. Use your underpants to fight your friends in a fast-paced party atmosphere and brief battles. This multiplayer arena brawler is all about having fun while stealing the underoos from your enemies. Liberated feels like an interactive visual comic that draws you into a cyberpunk world with some side-scrolling action-adventure gameplay on the side. Every page invokes creative storytelling with modern-day issues. Super Crush KO is a fast-paced brawler set in a vibrant near-future city. Combo your way through swarms of deadly robots to save your kidnapped kitten, and while you're at it, save humanity if you have the time. Manage the business side of a bar while hiring staff, managing supplies, and creating new recipes in Crossroads, a real-time sim RPG with a full-on campaign that merges political intrigue, vivid characters, and treacherous enemies, all in the name of business. Date up to 9 weapons/boyfriends in Boyfriend Dungeon. This procedural generated action combat adventure gets straight to the point. Your weapons are your boyfriend, and the two of you must work together to take out the enemies before heading out on a date. Demon Tilts is a pinball game featuring shmup, hack and slash, and action elements into its gameplay, attempting to push the genre forward with fast gameplay and flashy visuals. Chicken Police is a buddy cop noir adventure attempting to solve the mysterious case that gets weirder and weirder the further you progress. Sunny and Marty will have to face the demons of their past if they ever want to find the killer. Play as Shuji, who set out to infiltrate an all-girls school where he's supposed to become the student council president. This triggers a chain of events where the girls in the academy set out to look for the boy dressed in girls' clothing. The new sensation escape adventure game with beautiful girls, puzzle solving, and a bit of eroticism, Prison Princess, is releasing on the Japanese eShop January 30th. You, the player, have no actual body, so you must inhabit the princesses to escape a maze-like castle environment. Witch and Hero 2 is making his jump from the 3DS to the Switch December 19th. Fight as both a strong hero and a weak witch, complementing each other's weaknesses to advance through the story. The vertical scrolling shmup, Sisters Royale, is rooted in the classic 90s vibes where you chase after multiplier, fight for online leaderboards, and experience a wacky story about 5 sisters chasing after the heart of an angel. And that's what the game announcements we'll be covering this week. The Game Awards were a bit of a disappointment if you actually went in there expecting a Nintendo Direct. Something I actually mentioned last week you shouldn't be doing. So with all that said, as per always, thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate the support, and be sure to leave a like and subscribe and hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up. See ya!